I haven't shampooed my hair in 5 years. That's actually a real thing. So if you're familiar with my channel, you've probably seen my videos about going poo free, and I went shampoo free about 5 years ago, and honestly, it's been great. I have not missed shampoo. It has not been inconvenient. I actually dye my hair with henna, and if anything, going shampoo free has kept that process from being really complicated, because when I used shampoo, it was way more difficult to rinse the henna out of my hair, and it actually really prolonged the process. So I've been very happy with the results, and I wanted to do this video because I might be changing up my routine, and I just wanted to give you guys an update in case you were wondering. So I've been very happy with the shampoo-free lifestyle, and honestly, the less you wash your hair, the less you need to. Now, I know that there are always going to be these like celebrity hairstylists that will try and tell you that you need to wash your hair a certain amount, and if you don't, your hair is gonna fall out, and like all these horrible things are gonna happen, and honestly, most of that is bullshit. Just look at who's paying them. People who make shampoo. For the majority of the time that humans have been on Earth, they have not shampooed their hair. Now granted, they didn't really have hairspray and other crap that they were putting on their hair. They didn't have, well, I guess for a while there was quite a bit of pollution in the air and no shampoo. That must have been a really bad time. But for the most part, they usually just brushed their hair to keep it clean and would occasionally bathe. Part of that is because when you shampoo your hair, you're shampooing your scalp and you're stripping your sebaceous glands of all of their oils and sebum and all the good stuff that actually, for the most part, keeps your hair healthy and shiny and lustrous and beautiful. So if you're stripping your sebaceous glands, your scalp is just like the rest of your skin. When you strip it of its oils, it's going to produce more oil to compensate, and that is how we get stuck in the vicious cycle of shampoo and grease. Without that cycle, I've been pretty happy. I have been washing my hair on average once a week for like the last 4 years. It did take a while to adjust to the lifestyle, and you do have to kind of let your scalp detox and spit out all kinds of nasty stuff, and it gets really gnarly when you're first adjusting to going shampoo free. I have a video, I'll link it in the description, of the whole process that I went through. But once you get there, your scalp is so much better, and I really haven't had any issues with this method. For the most part, I've used the diluted baking soda solution and a diluted apple cider vinegar solution. Now here's another thing that people tend to get wrong when they're speaking out against this no-poo conspiracy thing. It's like people get really aggressive about this. First of all, you're not washing your scalp with pure baking soda or even like a baking soda paste. That pH would be way wrong for your body. So what you do is you dilute it. You're just putting a tiny bit of baking soda into basically a pitcher of water. For the most part, at this point, I do about 1/4 cup of baking soda in a gallon of water, and I shake it up, and that's all I need. So when you dilute the baking soda to that point, at least for my body, it's matching my body's pH. Same thing with the apple cider vinegar. When you dilute it with enough water, it's going to match your body's pH pretty closely. Everyone's body's pH is going to be a little bit different, so you do have to kind of experiment and figure out what's right for you, and that might change throughout the seasons, it might change throughout the years. If your body goes through hormonal changes, there are things that are going to have variables, and you just have to adjust a little bit. So for me, it's been about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in a gallon of water, pretty much the same as my baking soda solution, and it doesn't stink. Like, some people think that your hair is gonna smell like a salad. Once you rinse it out with some water, it doesn't leave any residue behind, which is part of the reason that I love this method so much. Because generally, shampoos and conditioners will have things like silicones in them, which will give your hair that really satisfying slip feeling to it, where it feels squeaky clean and it's smooth. And that's really just kind of like artificial stuff that it's coating your hair with. So it feels great for a while, but then it starts to build up, and you have to do things like use clarifying conditioners, which can really strip your hair and scalp. And it's just this whole big cycle. There were a couple of times when I had like a really greasy, weird product put in my hair from like a film set or something. There were a couple times when I used Dr. Bronner's to get it out of my hair, but I wouldn't put it on my scalp because even though it's not a detergent and it's not a shampoo, it could potentially have stripped more oil from my scalp than I wanted. So I would do that as sparingly as possible. And then there were other times when I would just rinse my hair with water, and that's enough. Honestly, I feel like people have kind of a skewed sense of what dirty hair is. For the most part, the dirt in your hair and the stuff that makes it feel gross is coming from your own skin because you're stripping your skin of oils and it's trying desperately to overcompensate and keep your hair healthy and oily. It's fine. I promise you, it's fine. You're not disgusting, you're not dirty. If anything, when you wash your hair less, your hair stays cleaner for longer. So recently, I was diagnosed with PCOS. Fantastic, thanks, that's been great. And while it does make sense that I probably had PCOS since I was about 11 years old, there are certain symptoms that have popped up recently and my hormones have gotten really out of whack recently. And one of those symptoms is that my hair just like stopped growing. There was pretty much a 2-month period where my hair grew about half a centimeter. And before that, it was averaging about 1 inch to 2 inches every month, depending on the season and depending on if I was doing things like massaging my scalp or brushing my hair more frequently, because that did influence it as well. So my hair has always grown really quickly. To have it stop growing pretty much completely was horrifying. I luckily didn't really get any like bald spots or anything. Now, I do have a high forehead. I just always have. Most people in my family do, so don't look into that too deeply. I have noticed that since my hair has started growing again, I have had a lot of like regrowth in here, these little wispies, and that's just what happens to me. Like, I get anxiety, I have medical issues, I have anxiety issues, I have a sleep disorder. They're all things that I'm working on, but occasionally life gets really stressful. And when life gets really stressful, I probably do shed a little bit more hair than usual. And then when life calms down, a couple months later, I notice all these little tendrils. So that's fine. I don't usually part my hair really deep into my widow's peak, but I've had a widow's peak since I was like an infant. Pretty much. But you can see that my hair is not really thinning. My part looks exactly the same as it has pretty much through my entire life, so I haven't been losing a ton of hair. My hair hasn't been thinning. It's just not growing as fast as it used to. So I have been looking into a couple things that I might want to try to see if I can stimulate my hair growth that way, but that does unfortunately include shampoos and conditioners sometimes. So while I'm sad that I'm kind of giving up my no-poo lifestyle that I've really enjoyed, I'm also hoping that I can find something that maybe will help stimulate hair growth, because some of the other things that I've tried, at least when I noticed that my hair had stopped growing, they're working, but they're not working fast enough. So I'm really impatient and I just want to try something else. Some of the things that I usually do to stimulate hair growth, of course, would be to take hair growth gummies, and actually surprisingly a lot of those work. Depending on how bioavailable the ingredients in them are, you can also take silica supplements. That has been really great for jump-starting my hair growth again as soon as I noticed that it had stagnated. So there are those things, but you know, I might want to try something else. So I figured I would give you guys an update on my whole 5 years shampoo free. Through the years, I don't think that anything long-term really changed with my hair. I do think that my hair is less curly. Now, of course, like, it's straightened now. I use my curling iron in it, it straightens it out, and then I just have like a loose wave at the end. My hair is naturally curly, but the curl has relaxed a little bit, and I've read that that is due to dyeing my hair with henna. So I've been dyeing my hair with henna for, I think, like 6 years now, and that does relax the curl. I have noticed that. And you know, I'm not really upset about that. That's totally fine. If anything, having curly hair has just been kind of inconvenient for most of my life, so that's not a big deal. I'm trying to learn how to appreciate my curls, so let me know if you want to see more like curly hair routine videos, because I'm trying really hard to actually do some of those. A lot of people have asked me if using the apple cider vinegar and baking soda solutions has made my hair dry through the years, and I mean, honestly, like, my hair is in such better shape now. It's longer, and it's in way better shape now than it was when I started this. So that's what my hair looks like. I mean, of course, it's been 2 months without a trim, so it's not in fantastic shape on the ends, and it did stop growing for 2 months. So you can see there's like a pretty average amount of split ends, I'd say, for how long my hair is and for how long it's been without a trim. But you know, it's a good length, and I'm not sure that I would want it any longer than it is now, because I did have it very long through like my mid-teens, and it would get caught in chairs and on my purse, and just it would be all over the place all the time, and it actually gets really irritating having hair that's that long. So I don't know that I'd ever necessarily want it to be longer than this. I would just rather have it grow faster the way it was before, so that I don't have to have the ends on my hair for as long as they've been hanging out. They're still fine. I mean, I'm not unhappy with my hair by any stretch of the imagination. I have not washed my hair, I think it's been 3 days. So this is what my hair looks like after 3 days. It's getting a little bit of oil back here. What the hell is that noise? An interesting thing that did happen with my hair, I think I was like 24 or 25, and I suddenly got this cowlick out of nowhere that I have never had before. When my hair gets a little bit oily, the cowlick like sticks up and out of the way, and then it kind of like, if I haven't dyed my roots recently and they've actually been growing, my hair is blonde. So then it looks like I've got a bald spot where the blonde hair is right here. And I think a lot of people feel like going shampoo free is going to ruin their hair, and I understand how hairstylists might be telling you this, and I can understand why they think that, because a lot of people hear about washing your hair with baking soda and vinegar, and if they don't understand the process and that it's actually really heavily diluted, of course that's gonna, you know, send up some red flags for them if they've been to cosmetology school and they've studied, you know, pH and shampoos and all that kind of stuff. Of course it's gonna sound a little bit weird. And also, a lot of hairstylists will go to schools that are affiliated with hair care brands, and if a hair care brand is educating students about what products need to have and what hair needs to be healthy, of course they're going to skew the information to support people purchasing their products. That's just kind of how consumerism works. So that's pretty much it. It's been 5 years. My hair feels great. I think it looks pretty darn good. I haven't washed it in 4 days, and I'm not a huge grease ball. My ends also aren't fried to hell, and it's been about 2 months without a trim. You know, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Mainly I just want to try other stuff, and until I get this whole like hormonal imbalance and PCOS garbage sorted out, it would be nice if my hair would start growing again. You know, like that would be a good thing. So I'm going to continue with my supplements and, you know, just kind of like see what's on the market out there, if there are really good hair treatment programs that are not going to pump me full of chemicals, but have been clinically shown to work. So if there's anything you guys know of that you've really liked, that you've tried, or that you know people who have tried, I may or may not use it. And you know, maybe I'll go hog wild and try some just like absolute garbage shampoo and conditioners that are popular and completely laden with chemicals, because I know they're gonna make my hair feel great for a couple of weeks before they trash it. You know, I might do that. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this one, let me know in the comments below. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell next to it, otherwise YouTube won't tell you when I have new videos, which is really ridiculous. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It really helps my videos get seen.